Run It Back Nation, what is good, man? Check it out. New merch drop. We just dropped the Joel Embiid Stop Bitchin' t-shirt specifically for Nick Nurse. You know what I'm saying? Stop bitching. You're not bitching anymore, are you? You got every call you could possibly imagine yesterday, and you still lost because you just don't have enough for the star power that the 76ers have. But we just put out the Joel Embiid Stop Bitchin' t-shirts, hoodies, crop tops, crew necks, pillows, mugs, phone cases, the whole nine. Support small YouTubers. Go to runitbackmerch.com. Link is in the description and get yourself some of that. And check this out. Peace. Running Back Nation, what is good? Oh my goodness, man. I know I got to do a YouTube show. We got to do a YouTube show, Greg. I'm speechless. This is what just transpired over the course of a fourth quarter and an overtime was just, I mean, like, I'm tired like I was playing in a basketball game. I was literally doing no physical activity at all, and I am worn out from watching that. My God. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Whatever else I say on my intro. New merch, the Stop Bitching Joel Embiid merch just dropped today. Go grab that, especially after a shot like that to win the damn game in overtime. So listen, this is how we're going to start the show. Where were you on April 20th, 2022, when Joel Embiid hit an overtime game winner in the playoffs? I'm going to tell you my story, okay? In the fourth quarter, listen, I have a 6-year-old son. He was asleep by about 8 o'clock today. I woke him up twice in the fourth quarter by just being a loud, obnoxious idiot in my living room. I apologized to him twice. Overtime happens. I'm standing on the end of my couch. I have a couch with one of the chases, you know what I mean? A long chase. I'm standing up on the couch, bare feet. I'm screaming at the TV, I cannot handle double overtime. Please, somebody end this game. Joel hits the shot. I jump off of my couch, almost tear my ACL probably, because I did not stretch before this athletic endeavor that I just participated in. The bottom of my feet hurt right now. I jumped onto a hardwood floor barefoot off the edge of my couch. My kid wakes up again. Either way, I'm speechless. Shout out to 310 people already in the chat. Greg, go ahead, give me your story, I guess, on where you were on April 20th, 2022, when Joel Embiid hit a game winner in an overtime game in the playoffs in Toronto. Amidst all the fucking Embiid chants, amidst all of the, he cried after whatever, here's the Kawhi shot, he's not on our team anymore. You couldn't write this game any more perfectly. I got your mic muted. My bad. Here we go. There we go. My bad.
Dude, I mean, I'm speechless. DJ, I'm speechless. Halftime rolls in. I tweet out the Sixers are going to win this game. I had a feeling, man. I don't want to speak too soon, but this seems a little special right now. This is the most uncharacteristic Sixers win I've ever seen in my life. And for some reason, I just was confident that we were going to win this game from the beginning to the end. We were down 17 in the first half, and Toronto is arguably the hardest place to play in the entire NBA. And they're down 2-0, and this is a series-determining game, and the fuck Embiid chants are out ablaze, loud as hell. You can hear them clearly through whatever device you're watching. And Embiid has 5 points and 4 turnovers at half. We're only down 10. No one plays well. Harden had a really good game. I will give it to him. The fact that Harden fouls out in the fourth quarter on a bullshit call and Joel Embiid ends it on a fadeaway fucking three-pointer in goddamn Toronto's grill to end that shit. This has got to be the greatest night of his life. I mean, nobody deserves exactly what just happened more than that, man. You know what, man? Like, right in Toronto's face. I mean, holy shit. There's so much that we're going to talk about for this game. There's so much to be extremely happy about. There's also a few things where I'm definitely concerned about, but I mean, I am sitting on my couch or sitting on my bed, laptop right in front of me, this far away, and I'm losing years on my life watching this game because, Lord Almighty, was this the most nerve-wracking game I have ever freaking seen in a first-round game. And Joel Embiid is the MV goddamn P of this league and puts on a masterclass performance in the second half. He comes out in the third quarter, and this is the most uncharacteristic playoff Embiid game I've ever seen, and that's why I am buying stock into this Sixers team right now because this is not a game that we ever win. Not even this season. We don't win this game. We lost 3 times to Toronto for a reason, and Embiid came out and just said, "I got it." 0.9 seconds left on a shot clock. Embiid takes a fadeaway corner 3 right where he basically hit it a quarter before, and splash. The arc, everything was just so perfect. And his reaction, DJ, I just wanted to cry. I wanted to
I
cry,
can't wait to
man.
watch it over and over and over.
It means so much to him. It means so much to this guy, dude. I'm so happy for him. I'm so
And
happy for Joel Embiid.
this was definitely the game that, like I said, anticipating this series, we're gonna have these games where Toronto bullies us. They out rebound us, they out hustle us, they swarm the double triple teams to Embiid. I think they threw the kitchen sink at him in game 1, and everybody else stepped up. They backed off a little bit in game 2, and he dropped 30 with his eyes closed. This game that Nick Nurse said, all right, let's go back to what we did in game 1. Let's throw doubles and triples at him right away, right when he touches the ball, make everybody else beat you. Everybody else didn't step up like they did in game 1, where Tobias had 21 at halftime and Maxey went for 38 and all that stuff. So everybody else didn't step up as much. This was the exact type of game that I thought we were going to lose, because this was the Toronto doing all of the things that we're bad at, offensive rebounding, all of those things. And when we got into the, we were down by 17 in the first half. I said, if we can cut it to 10 or under 10 at halftime, we're in good shape. And there was time in the third quarter where we cut it to 5, like 3 or 4 different times, and they made another big shot or another big shot. But I said to myself, and I tweeted probably 100 times, and I was texting people, was in group chats. I can't answer everything, obviously, but I said, we're clearly the way better talented team. If we played a terrible game, they played a great game, and they're only up by 5 points in the third quarter, and we had 21 turnovers at that time. So we did every single thing. We did every single thing to lose this game, and we were only down by 5. And that just tells you, like we were saying coming into this, we just have more star power. The Toronto Raptors have a ton of athletes, a ton of guys that are great high-level role players, but they're 1 or 2 really star players away from being a great team. And I'm not saying they can't be one, but when you're going up against Joel Embiid in the playoffs, in the healthiest season of his career, he was not going to lose this game. He tried to win it in regulation. It was one of those oh my God, why are we shooting this? Why are we shooting a fadeaway 3? With no time on the clock in the fourth quarter? But it's Joel Embiid. He comes right back down in overtime and says, "Why am I shooting that? I'm going to show you guys why I was shooting that, and I'm going to do it again." And he just shoots a turnaround fadeaway to win the damn game with 0.7 seconds on the clock. I mean,
Wait, I want to throw something real quick. Did you see who was in for that last possession? DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan.
Was it really? Doc threw him in there for
Doc threw him in to contest the inbound passer. Dude, I don't care. As long as we're winning ball games, I will let DeAndre Jordan play 0.7 of a second of a game. Dude.
That's like the Eagles putting Terrell Owens on the punt return or whatever to try to block a game-winning field goal like that. That's just 0.7. You need the tallest guy on the roster in there.
What a game, dude. I mean, first of all, I want to get out all the obvious. Joel Embiid is the MVP. We've been looked at all year long like Philadelphia fans are absolutely crazy and senile and just not knowing the game of basketball for saying that. He has been called a foul merchant for how long? And all year long, dude. And for Embiid to come out and hit less than 10 free throws, and hit that game winner the way he did in the fashion that he did, the tough shot after tough shot that he constantly knocked down after having an abysmal first half, arguably his worst first half of the season, in the hostile environment where he is genuinely the worst of himself. I mean, I can't. You can't script up a better story. You can't script up a better ending. I mean, that was perfect. Danny Green was great. Tobias Harris, dude, was phenomenal. Truly phenomenal. Pascal Siakam was so afraid in that overtime end of the fourth quarter because Tobias Harris completely shut him down. And this team is just, man, this I'll never forget this game. This was
Tobias
one of the
Harris,
most.
I mean, man, the dude's playing like he only had 11 points in this game, but look at his efficiency: 4 for 9 from the field, 1 for 3 from three, 12 rebounds. He played 47 minutes. And he just played lockdown defense on Siakam again. Like this is literally this entire series. Siakam can't take him one-on-one. I don't know where this defender came from Tobias Harris. I feel like he just accepted a role and he said, I just need to be a guy that catches and shoots, and I got to try harder on defense. He's just giving it 110% on defense every single play, and his body positioning is perfect. He's using his size, like what we've said for a couple of seasons. Like this dude's 6'9", 230. He shouldn't be. He should be able to use his body to finish at the rim, and to play defense. And I don't know so much about finishing at the rim still, but playing defense, man, he's just been great.
He was awesome, dude. And I mean, the Sixers were on the wrong side of the majority of the foul calls all night. I mean, they really came out tonight. And I personally, I think it was a lot more in favor of the Raptors for the first three quarters, and then they kind of swallowed their whistle for both ends towards the fourth and overtime, which I am always a fan of. Let them play. That the foul call on Embiid at the end, I get it because he hit his head, but it was post hitting the ball, so
Yeah.
it was kind of a loose ball at that point. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to argue that call specifically, but
Foul, yeah, it just sucks.
but there were a lot of just very poor calls. And the Sixers weathered the storm. I said it in the first quarter. We're down 11, and I say as long as the Sixers weather this storm, we are going to win. And they just stayed close. You know what I mean? They were just close enough to go on one last run, tie it up. At the end of the fourth quarter, I hated the play call by Doc Rivers, but that timeout was a high IQ timeout in overtime. It was a very high IQ
All those
timeout.
timeouts in regular season games. There's no way he calls that timeout in a regular season game. He just ends it and he goes golfing in the morning. He definitely, all of the Doc slander that I've given him all season. I think he just doesn't really care that much about the regular season, especially when you're already third or fourth seed and you really look at the seeding and stuff like that. I just think and I said it a lot, like maybe they're just out there, breaking a sweat. They don't really care that much or whatever. And it seems that way because right when the playoffs started, it was like, now we're getting the best version of the 76ers. And you guys were right. Everybody that told me we're going to play different in the playoffs, you're going to see the best version of this team. I didn't have like that high of hopes. I did not think we were going to be up 3-0 in this series. But yeah, I mean, Doc's been coaching great. And whether it's Doc or whether it's Doc in a collective of Sam Cassell's like off the bench talking to players on the court. Like, I mean, but yeah, that timeout, he doesn't call that in the regular season. Then we all bitch on Twitter for 2 days about why didn't he call a timeout. But
I couldn't believe Embiid was that open on the final possession. I mean, you know the ball is going to him. It's so crazy to me that the Raptors really were just unready for that. They weren't ready for that final play. I want to talk about Gary Trent. He's an absolute bucket every time he puts up a shot. It's nothing but net. Van Vliet hit a couple of big threes in the fourth. Siakam went ghost, but the Raptors are such a good team, dude. Like this is a really impressive win because the Raptors are so deep, and they had a lot of guys tonight that just played really good basketball. Paul Reed came in, weathered the storm. He looked bad at times, but he had a couple of really nice plays. And I want to say that Joel Embiid, when Matisse Thybulle is not in Toronto, Embiid is without a doubt our best perimeter defender, regardless of who has the ball. Joel Embiid is the most rock-solid perimeter defender, interior defender, off-ball defender on this team. And like,
I think it's easy to say he's the best 7-foot perimeter defender we've ever seen in the game.
Ever. And to me,
he's sticking Siakam like nobody. It's crazy the way that he plays.
It's crazy, and to me, it's like it's not now that Jokic is playing bad that we're calling for the MVP and how it's bad. But what I'm saying is like this has been the case all year long. Like this, it's not different. Nothing has changed, dude. This is just a Joel Embiid game. Like this is not like some career night for him outside of the final shot. Like, this is something he does every single night at any point of a game. And like, that's just what it hurts me, because he's going to be an all NBA second team player, and there's nobody better than him on the planet Earth. Like, there's nobody better than him on this planet. No one is hitting that shot that he hit tonight at his size. And it's just, it's wild. You know, the fact that the Sixers won this game in Toronto with Harden fouled out in that overtime. Tyrese Maxey hit a couple really early big shots in the OT. Embiid hit that fadeaway elbow contested jumper. Like, it looked like he shot it left-handed. It was absolutely mind-boggling. It went in. Defensively, Tobias Harris just – I'm going to say the same things over and over again tonight, but like we really have to just make sure we are understanding of this is a team win, and Embiid deserves every little thing that happened to him tonight, because it's phenomenal. And there's no better place to do it than goddamn Toronto.